Hello, everyone, and welcome to another webinar by Royal Cyber. Before we start, I just want to make sure if anyone is not able to hear me properly or view my screen, kindly notify me on the window chat located on the right side of the screen. As always, this is your host, Amar Nadeem, and we have another webinar by Royal Cyber. As always, we have a great speaker with us on Tealeaf, and her name is Mitali. Ms. Mitali heads the Tealeaf department in Royal Cyber, and she has done a number of implementations in the Tealeaf and analytics domain. She has worked with industries such as telco and banking and financial and commerce industries. And without any further ado, let me hand it over to Ms. Mitali.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Royal Cyber's webinar Arm Your Business Against Online Fraud using IBM Tealeaf. Royal Cyber has a huge global presence. Royal Cyber is an IBM premier business partner, and we have offices all across the globe, including Canada, Mexico, UK, US, Australia, Saudi Arabia, India, and South Africa. And we have more than 650 employees focusing specifically on the IBM technology stack and 80 IBM certified resources. Before we actually begin into the webinar, let me say that this webinar is going to be highly interactive. So, in case you have any questions, please put them forth at the end of the webinar where we have a question and answer session. Here's what the problem in most of the organizations is that organizations are fragmented. Here's where Tealeaf could pitch in as IBM Tealeaf's solutions. Rich customer experience dataset can be used across the organization from e-business and IT to customer service and compliance to explore site improvement and innovation opportunities, drive requirements and set priorities. By offering a shared view of the online customer, IBM Tealeaf solutions enable organizations to understand how to deliver better online solutions and provide more effective online service for their customers. Here's what actually happens that the different teams of an organization, which include the IT, business, and customer service, have their own set of solutions for every problem. If a problem arises, the IT team would be drilling down into server logs and performance metrics to find out what went wrong, whereas the business team would look into the funnel reports and business trends. And on the other hand, we have the customer service team who would be addressing calls and emails and surveys and feedbacks. So there's no visibility between all the three teams. Each one has their own set of solutions. Here is where Tealeaf can come into the picture. Tealeaf can capture all interactions of all the customers all the time, and it can provide a common platform for all the teams so that the errors can be resolved quickly. Tealeaf as a solution to visibility. So Tealeaf can create visibility in actual online struggles and help in calculating the business impact. So, Tealeaf can capture all traffic between your web servers and the device the visitor of your online channel is using. You can capture all traffic or only specific parts of the process or of only the traffic on a certain site. Next, you can use KPIs, so where you can analyze KPIs to detect issues, figure out those issues, what sort of issues they are, what are the environmental data of these issues. So, for an example, is it an issue for only the mobile web or only for a specific mobile app or only for a specific browser? And what is the business impact of these issues? How often do they occur? What is the lost revenue compared with the situation without issues? Next, what we can do is we can replay the sessions and see the session just as the visitor has seen it. Initiate, and then finally we can initiate an action to resolve the issue with the IT department or the respective department and take corrective action to control the damage to reduce the immediate negative business impact on the transactions. IBM Tealeaf Customer Behavior Analysis is where Tealeaf can help you identify and resolve problems more quickly and efficiently. Tealeaf can help you identify problems in a reactive and proactive manner. In a reactive manner, by capturing the real time experience of the customer, in a proactive manner, by automatic struggle detection, by setting alerts and events. Then we can have more insights into that particular problem, which includes revenue impact analysis. And then we can drill down and find out the root cause of the problem by using the replay feature and also customer and revenue recovery. So here's the most challenge. So supposing a customer calls the customer service care for a certain issue. Consider the following scenarios. Your customer claims that he was not informed that the purchase price was dependent on a special promotion. Hence, he is not able to apply that promotion. Another could be a customer denies having agreed to terms and conditions for an online trade to avoid taking loss. In such of the situations, the customer would be calling the call center and they would be bombarding them with a set of questions to figure out what actually the journey of the customer was. And this would create a huge visibility gap. Here is where Tealeaf would come into picture, where you can actually replay the entire session of the customer, be it live or a completed session, and find out what went wrong and what were the steps of the customer. Thus, with all these features, Tealeaf can help to improve experience and remove obstacles. So you can quantify the business impact by figuring out the problem and the metrics associated with the problem, and hence we can remove obstacles and follow up with the impacted customers. And also, Tealeaf can help prioritize the intensity or severity of any problem. Tealeaf has a very special way of proactive customer recovery, which includes when a customer, supposing a customer or a visitor abandons a particular transaction, the CSR can quickly, at the background, view why the session was abandoned, figure it out, and since all the data and environment variables are captured by Tealeaf, the customer service rep can reach out to the customer and recover the abandoned session. Here's where we would dive into fraud detection. So, fraud detection has two parameters. One is what is fraud detection and what is fraud forensics. So, fraud detection is basically identifying, or I can say recognizing and alerting on an incident or pattern of fraudulent behavior. Fraud forensics is being able to understand what exactly happened so proper action can be taken. So, fraud detection is necessary, but forensics complements to provide more deep down insights into the problem. Here's where the main visibility gap would occur in a typical organization. Supposing a fraudulent event occurs, the fraud detection system that the company or the organization uses can send alerts and figure out metrics and data such as type of fraud, IP address, or other data. But it is not possible to find out what the offending user, or it could be an internet bot exactly did, what other sessions did the same user engage in that may not have been triggered any alerts, and how quickly we can discover other users who may have engaged in similar behaviors. So, this is something like a pattern identification where we can find out similar patterns and figure out how many of the users are resorting to the same problem. How do we understand which accounts may have been compromised? This is a huge visibility gap in terms of the fraud. With the help of Tealeaf, we can identify most of the potential fraudulent behavior, and here are some examples of what a potential fraudulent behavior could be. One could be multiple login failures, where a customer logs in multiple number of times but is not able to log in correctly. Multiple successful logins within a single session, where a person just logs in, signs off, and logs in. This could be a potential threat, or maybe he's trying to hack something. The other one could be a password reset in a session, where followed by an external balance transfer or transferring to a new account, or if the transfer is greater than 30% of the account balance. We can identify change events, client IP address changes in one single session, account number changes, and policy changes in the same session using IBM Tealeaf. Then another fraudulent behavior could be many hits in a short period of time in a session. Also, there could be something like wire transfers at a bank to sketchy countries. Process. So for the third, like one more fraudulent behavior could be process fraud, where a user signs up for an insurance policy and he claims an insurance in the very same session. Another one could be geo LP location to determine where the visitor is making a transaction. So the visitor attempts a wire transfer of 75% of his account funds in Nigeria, but the account holder is based in New York. Here's how we can have fraud detection using IBM Tealeaf. So there's a lot of Tealeaf has a lot of features that you can use, and here's one very much specific to the fraud. So we can look for multiple occurrence of the following data points in the session, which could be the IP address, the login ID, credit card number, the social security number, the account number, and the WIN number. We have Tealeaf, which can be integrated with Tealeaf has different components, and one specific component that could be essential in terms of fraud is the cxVerify. Let us look more into what cxVerify can do and how it can help you in fraud prevention and detection. So what Tealeaf cxVerify does actually is it preserves complete and all permanent records of all customers and all selected customer interactions. So these records are saved in a PDF format, and we can do selective archiving, which can help in content management system. And it has the extractor or the PDF wrapper. We can have the embedded replay in PDF, the index, and the metadata search. So you do not have to drill down to the replay each time, and we can just save an offline PDF copy, and we can keep viewing it again and again to find out the loopholes. So what is cxVerify? cxVerify is an add-on component of Tealeaf, with the implementation of which we can have certain benefits, which include preserving a record of online customer interactions in a website or mobile device. It helps online businesses maintain highly reliable records for dispute resolution, fraud investigations, and which could be for audit and compliance purposes. IBM Tealeaf CX Verify also provides a thorough, accurate snapshot of entire customer sessions to maintain a permanent record of customer online interactions and transactions. Here's what we can do with the help of Tealeaf. So we can have once we can resolve customer disputes using um, so because you have an accurate record of the customer's activity on your site, you can accurately resolve nearly or any customer dispute. This would help to reduce the number of cases that get escalated to more costly channels like higher layers or support or legal action. Essentially, Tealeaf provides them with a document of record for all their online transactions. Here's what CX Verify can do is it can provide a digital receipt of a customer interaction or and a transaction for efficient dispute resolution. Many organizations like finance, healthcare must preserve records for legal, audit, or compliance needs. Tealeaf allows them to do this for all their e-businesses. So again, more accurate resolution of long-time customer disputes. Also, many companies are now using Verify for ongoing analysis of potential fraud and online security violations. Because they can retain a long-term record of customer interactions and Verify, if fraudulent activity is detected, companies can go back and investigate how long the activity has been going on. And also, they can search for similar cases and even set up alerts when similar activities happen in the future. Um, One of the most important features of CX Verify would be reduction of storage requirements for long-term replay. This can happen to document management system. The special feature, which is the selective archiving, which is available through CX Verify, can help in storage of specific sessions for longer term archival periods. Since you are not required to save all site sessions, the overall storage requirements are greatly reduced. So once that now you have detected the fraud, we can use the IBM Tealeaf alert feature to keep a watch on the metric that could be the user or the IP address in any watch list. And any activity that occurs from this user IP would then be directly reviewed as the session comes in. This can be done in real time by watching the user's every move. And another option could be the block the IP. We can have Tealeaf data seamlessly flowing in and out into your web server and Tealeaf, which can help Tealeaf users time delay their transaction processing based on an alert. And also, Tealeaf alerts can push data out to external sources to create to create this particular delay. So detection is one of the major thing that Tealeaf can assist in. In terms of IBM, IBM has provided data privacy and security deeply. So at IBM, data privacy and security are not just afterthoughts or a part of the cost of doing business. What IBM does is IBM maintains one of the largest single databases of known cybersecurity threats in the world. And IBM operates from a deep knowledge of privacy and security leadership, analyzing and using security database information to derive critical insights into the cyber threat landscape. The IBM Tealeaf has two flavors, which is the Tealeaf on premise and the Tealeaf on cloud. The Tealeaf on cloud is as secure as the Tealeaf on premise because the Tealeaf cloud allows the ability to mask data, which is different than blocking entirely. Also, it allows blocking of data, so protecting user data, promoting better online experiences. As shown in this example, when all the data is captured from Tealeaf, the Tealeaf SDK or UI capture can let certain data flow and mask certain data and block certain data. So this is what you can do is where define the sensitive information that needs to be blocked or masked. Also identify where the information is located, and then we can capture the Tealeaf SDK or UI capture to mask or block the defined data. Here is one example. We're looking in one of two, use cases where Tealeaf has actually been used in terms of the finance industry. So the problem with the finance, one of nation's leading lenders to the broker industry, was that they wanted to be able to manage and contain fraudulent events better and with more qualitative security camera style data. Here is where Tealeaf actually pitched in, where so intrusion detection solutions would help in offering an offending IP address, and then the analyst could actually search this IP address in Tealeaf and replay what the user did. They could also see what the fraudster did, and they could search by the replayed behavior to identify other such offending IPs. This helped them significantly, which was resulted in improvement in fraud containment. They could exactly see which accounts were being affected rather than just guessing the magnitude. And by adding Tealeaf to all web applications, they were able to add additional security that Tealeaf would provide to the fraud group. Another example was the online dispute mitigation for a travel industry. So, what the travel industry was actually facing was that a number of customers were just calling up and asking for refunds for their online transaction. And because of this, the company just ended up refunding thousands of dollars each day, and they had to trust their customer because they had no other means of verifying this. With the help of Tealeaf, the CSR could exactly see what the customer did at the time of booking, and then they could tell whether the customer was lying or not, and giving them the power when the dispute call would come in. And now the CSR have all the facts in every dispute cases and can choose to approve or deny a refund request on case by case basis, and this has helped them in saving thousands of dollars in refunds a day. Let us look into the benefits of Tealeaf. So Tealeaf not only provides an improved online customer experience but also increased revenue, and this is because because of the reduction number in lost transaction and increased retention purchase. Also decrease cost by lower number of customer contact calls about issues and by easy reproduction of online IT incidents. Thus, with the help of Tealeaf, resolution issues based on business impact have resulted in faster issue resolution. Here's a very high level picture of the financial benefits from Tealeaf. So Tealeaf not only helps in improvement in site conversion and customer retention, also it has helped in benefiting in increasing the average order value because of a better customer experience. The major benefit was 60% reduction in IT and development costs associated with the problem. Also 10% reduction in IT and development costs associated with better prioritization of site projects. Here's where we would look into the business benefits of Tealeaf. Tealeaf provides visibility into the actual customer experience, and it would help to allow to quickly diagnose and resolve site obstacles. Also, we can quantify the business impact to prioritize an issue. Tealeaf would provide real-time customer experience analytics to engage discovery and website optimization efforts. Tealeaf integrates with most of the solutions available in today's market, which include the CRM, the web analytic tools, or the VOC tools, and it can help in proactive remarketing or order recovery campaigns. So, Tealeaf empowers you to calculate the total business impact. Let us look at what a business impact is. What is a business impact? A business impact is the dollar value or the quantifying value that would be associated with a particular issue. How do we get about calculating this? We would have to have certain metrics which would be provided by Tealeaf. So, how many encountered a particular obstacle? We would get that number from Tealeaf, and how many of the users converted in spite of this obstacle, and this would help us find out how many of the users did complete the checkout in spite of the obstacle. And then we would need to find out how this conversion rate looked like compared to those who did not encounter the obstacle. And with the help of these steps, what does the obstacle cost? So we can actually find out the dollar amount of that obstacle and prioritize that issue for fixing. Let us look into some of the packages and services that we can offer here at Royal Cyber. We can assist in IBM Tealeaf implementation or IBM Tealeaf migration or IBM Tealeaf support, and we can help integrate Tealeaf with digital analytics or any of the web analytic tools or any of the CRM tools or VOC tools. We can help in the functional services of Tealeaf, which would include creating dashboards. We also offer training and development and consultancy. What would make Royal Cyber stand out is would be that Royal Cyber provides expertise on Tealeaf administration and power user support to the clients. As a part of our daily activities, what we would look at is session replay analysis, conducting business impact, providing prioritization of issues, quantifying the business impact of issues, helping in the user experience analysis, identifying customer struggles proactively so that they can be resolved more quickly, and we can distribute data via dashboards and scorecards to executives and interested parties. And this all comes in the managed services module. We have exclusive packages for the mid market and the enterprise level market. Here's our entire team. We are located in Chicago, Illinois, and we have a huge global footprint and we have resources available all across the globe. Here is our entire team details, and specifically in the Tealeaf team, it is headed by Zulfikar, who leads the Tealeaf and entire Tealeaf suite team. And we have a lot of technical resources, and we also offer an on-site and offshore model where we could have resources working remotely as well as onshore. And that was it about the entire webinar, and I hope all of you liked it. And if you have any questions, please mail us at info@royalcyber.com. Also, we offer initial assessment. Please reach out to us so we can give you more details on how the initial assessment would be. Thank you everyone for attending the webinar.
Thank you, Ms. Mitali. That was a wonderful webinar. As again, we like to have this webinar as virtual and as interactive as possible. So if you guys have any questions, do email us at info@royalcyber.com. Once again, that's info@royalcyber.com. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.